What's up, y'all? It's Dee, about to react to this vid by RRG, the messy RRG. It's titled, Should We Be Worried About Serena Williams? She's changed. I have seen a couple photos of her, and she's very skinty, but then I also saw a video where she admitted to being on Ozempic, okay, which shocked me. Just shocked me. I don't know. When I think of like athletes and people who are into like fitness and stuff, I just wouldn't assume that they would ever take Ozempic just because they know how to take care of their body. So it's like, why would you do that? So that's just surprising. And her body was really nice. So I don't know. It's just confusing. But yeah, I mean, hey, it's her life, her body. She can do what she wants. But sure, let's see how she's changed overall. Let's watch. Cause yeah, like I'm getting back in shape right now because I got real fat on vacation, and I would never take Ozempic. And it just doesn't seem like it's worth it at all. First off, it scares me thinking of injecting something into my body daily or weekly. I don't know how often they do it, but that just sounds scary, A. And B, I watch a lot of fat people on YouTube, and the people who have mentioned taking it, they have like stomach issues. Like it makes them feel sick on a lot of days. So it's just like, I don't understand why you would put yourself through that. It just sounds like torture when you could just diet and exercise. And I know that's easier said than done, but it can be done if you are just consistent with it and diligent. So I just don't think you should do that for weight management. Unless you are like morbidly obese, you've tried everything else, or you're diabetic. Everybody else though, I don't think they should take it. That's just my opinion. And she was definitely not morbidly obese.
When Serena Williams first appeared on the professional tennis circuit in the 90s, she was a teenager from Compton with beaded braids, a booming serve, and an unapologetically athletic build that challenged every stereotype the sport had been built upon.
I remember them beaded braids, Chad. I remember them.
Her appearance disrupted a space that had long been associated with a Euros.
He wasn't right for these beads. I used to wear beads too as a child, okay? I'm a 90s baby, all right? I wore beads. Very, very popular then, but not all the way up to the goddamn roots, like the where your hair follicle is growing in. You supposed to, have them hang a bit, and you put them at the end, like maybe 3, 4, something like that. Not cover them entirely. I don't know. I'm just never was a fan of that look. Like, that's kind of crazy. I don't think I've ever even seen this growing up. I've never seen anybody do this until I saw them on TV, and I'm just like, they got going on.
Centric standard of beauty. So every time she stepped out,
y'all let me know, my black people, okay? If you've seen this style in your neighborhood, let me know if this was a thing where you live. I've never seen it in person.
Out on the court, she was competing against her opponent.
Too many damn beats.
And against a cultural lens that didn't accommodate women who looked like her. But over the years, Serena's appearance has undergone a drastic transformation, and the evolution has been interesting.
What you trying to say, bestie? You trying to say Serena been looking a hot, stinking mess? Is that what you're trying to say?
Today, we're exploring the intense public scrutiny surrounding her looks, all while examining why she might have chosen to change her appearance. But before we jump into other people's business,
y'all go support her snacks. Her choice of style has nothing to do with her body weight, though.
Nuts.
That's just a choice, how you choosing to.
To understand Serena's transformation, it's important to consider both the external forces and the internal psychological processes at play. Public figures like Serena operate within what sociologist Irving Goffman described as the realm of impression management.
Impression management? What that mean?
It's a term used to describe the strategic ways individuals attempt to control the impressions others form of them.
When she gets into her fake psychology bag, I can't take it seriously.
Often through conscious or unconscious adjustments to their behavior. For someone in Serena's position, that performance exists in a heightened form. She's an athlete, wife, mother, and businesswoman. Each of these roles carries its own set of aesthetic expectations, and the blending of them often leads to a carefully curated image that evolves over time. From a psychological standpoint, much of this evolution can be understood through the lens of self-concept theory. Self-concept refers to the collection of beliefs one holds about oneself, encompassing not only who we think we are, but also who we aspire to be, and how we believe others perceive us. As Serena's career expanded beyond tennis and into fashion, business ventures, and cultural influence, her self-concept likely broadened. No longer defined solely by her performance on the court, her public image had to align with a more diversified identity. That diversification often brings with it a shift in physical presentation, especially for women in high-profile industries where appearance remains an unspoken currency. Now, let's take a look at Serena at the start of her professional tennis career. And here's a picture of her now.
She got a light-skinned friend, look like Michael Jackson. Got a dark-skinned friend, look like Michael Jackson.
Now, some might say this looks like two different people. Others might wonder how Serena managed to change her appearance so drastically. Well, we have to keep in mind that there were several racial and gendered dynamics that existed between these two photos. For decades, Serena faced racist caricatures that targeted her body, often portraying her features as too masculine or too strong compared to her white counterparts in the sports world. The body shaming was out of control, and it wasn't just from the general public. Fellow tennis player Maria Sharapova wrote in her memoir, "First of all, Serena Williams' physical presence is much stronger and bigger than you realize watching TV. She has thick arms and thick legs and is so intimidating and strong and tall, really tall." She and Maria had a contentious relationship as contenders, but as of this video, they consider themselves friends.
Girl, you taller than her.
Rumors about Serena have circulated for years, some of which have been heard.
Is that supposed to be an insult? Bitch, yes, I'm strong, yes. Taking this presence. You intimidated. What's up? I'm gonna dominate you on this tennis court. So I don't think that's a problem, honestly. I want to be perceived as strong.
And harmful. She told Harper's Bazaar, "It was hard for me. People would say I was born a guy, all because of my arms or because I'm strong." In 2014, the head of the Russian Tennis Federation, Shanell was suspended for a year by the WTA and fined $25,000 for referring to Serena and her sister Venus as the Williams brothers.
That fat, bloated bastard.
This issue remains far bigger than Serena alone. For centuries, black women have been burdened with the cruel expectation to prove their womanhood to the world, as though femininity is something black women must constantly defend instead of something they inherently embody. From slavery onward, harmful stereotypes have painted black women as either hypersexualized bodies or stripped them of sexuality altogether, casting them as matronly, masculine, or undesirable. So the comparison of Serena to a man are echoes of a long racist history where black women were denied softness, delicacy, and desirability in ways that deeply affect self-esteem and self-concept. But beneath the confidence and trophies, the body shaming affected
English
her.
people are just anti-black because she has a African nose and lips. They associate that with like masculinity. That's very anti-black.
More than the public realized.
Aside from her body.
In 2004, she told a journalist that aside from setting goals of winning the Italian and
I like
French
her hair like
Opens
this,
and
too.
Wimbledon, she really wanted to get down to a size 4. Psychologists have documented the phenomenon known as stereotype threat, in which individuals who are aware of negative stereotypes about their social group may alter their behavior, consciously or unconsciously, to avoid confirming those stereotypes. While Serena has consistently exuded confidence, it is possible that part of her evolving look reflects a desire to reframe how she is perceived, to soften the edges of a public narrative that once tried to box her into limiting definitions. This concept is connected to another psychological framework known as body image theory. This theory examines the interplay between an individual's perception of their body and the societal messages they receive about it. For a woman whose body has been the subject of intense scrutiny, the journey towards self-presentation can be a complex one. Cosmetic enhancements, hairstyling changes, skin treatments, and makeup artistry can serve as a shield against the relentless judgment of public scrutiny. The role of social media has also accelerated and intensified this process. In the earlier years of Serena's career, athletes were largely mediated through television coverage and print interviews. Today, she exists in an environment where every mediated through
Well, I feel like she got back down to this side.
television coverage and
So why people
print
got something to say?
interview.
Cause yeah, when I saw recent photos of her, her body looks like it's like around this size. And she still looks strong here, and like she has good muscle definition.
Today, she exists in an environment where every photo can be dissected by millions of strangers in seconds. They can zoom in and pick her apart piece by piece by piece. As they zoom in, they question whether she's gotten a nose job. They claim she bleaches her skin, and there are so many debates about whether she altered her features to fit into a narrower idea of beauty, especially since she loves to wear blonde hair. Speaking of her hair, the discourse around black women and hair has never really been about hair at all. For non-black audiences, it often becomes a mirror of bias and control, when the reality is simple. Women everywhere experiment with style. The difference is that when black women shift their look, whether it's braids, beads, blonde, wigs, weaves, or natural, it rarely gets read as playful or expressive. Instead, it becomes a cultural battleground. What's celebrated on others is policed on black women. Serena felt that double standard early on, when the beads she wore as a teenager on the court were treated as disruptive rather than joyful. And she's still feeling it now, with critiques of the blonde she's worn for years. The question isn't why black women love to transform their hair. It's why society still reacts like black women shouldn't experiment with different styles.
I don't really like that hair, though. No.
The obsession says more about society than it does about Serena. Why is
but
it
it
that a
doesn't
woman
like
can
she
win
bleached her
23
skin,
Grand Slam titles, rewrite the history of her sport?
I think she's just making her makeup look too light, and yeah, that is a whole different issue where she probably is facing some internal shit. I don't know. I can't speak on that, but I think it's just her makeup. I don't think that it's that she bleached her skin.
Still have her
She's
nose,
still very
skin
clearly
tone,
brown.
and hair dissected as if they matter more than her legacy. And then she added another topic of the discussion about her appearance
Some of these
in
wigs look
August
crazy.
2025.
Well, here we go. Here we
Hey, girl, you
go.
like it? I love it.
Serena told People magazine she lost 31 pounds using weekly injections of a GLP-1 medication called Ro. For Serena, who has spent decades under the unforgiving spotlight of professional sports and public opinion, the decision was both deeply personal and profoundly symbolic. She explained that her weight struggle began after giving birth to her first daughter in 2017. No matter how hard she trained or how carefully she ate, her body wouldn't return to what she considered its fighting weight. After the birth of her second daughter in 2023, she hit another wall, dropping some pounds quickly, but then stalling completely. For a woman who built her legacy on discipline, repetition, and control, the inability to move the scale must have felt like betrayal. She said, "I had never taken shortcuts in my career. I know what it takes to be the best. So it was very frustrating to do all the same things and never be able to change that number on the scale or the way my body looked." Naturally, the response...
Girl, you wasn't dieting good enough. Because let's be clear, I know about GLP-1s, which is like Ozempic pretty much. That's like the main brand name of it. But like Wegovy and semaglutide, they're all like under that umbrella. But they're not a magic injection. How they work is they suppress your appetite so that you eat less. So that's why you're losing weight. That's it. So if you were able to lose weight on Ozempic or GLP-1 or whatever, that means that your body was capable of losing the weight. You wasn't eating right. you was eating too many calories. So that's all GLP-1s do, is they help you suppress your appetite so you can eat less calories. So if you're losing weight on GLP-1s, you have the ability to lose weight without it. That's what that means. Because if you were not losing weight at all, then you could be like, okay, then that would be a different issue. So basically, my point is she could have did it on her own without GLP-1s.
about her decision was split
But, this is her business, whatever. Whoever, you put whatever you want on your body, I don't care.
down the middle. Some praised her while others thought she took the easy way out. But then it was discovered that her husband, Alexis Ohanian, has been
Okay, some of these wigs is a mess, I'm sorry.
on Roe's board since 2018.
What?
What the hell?
Suddenly, what could have been framed as a personal health decision started to look more like a business move to increase their bank accounts. In the end, it's Serena's body, and it's her choice on how
On Roe's board? What is that? Is that another GLP-1?
to present herself. But while she navigates fame, she also has to deal with a world that both celebrates
On the board of Roe's?
and scrutinizes her. She doesn't owe the world an explanation. She doesn't owe the internet her weight, her choices, or her strategy for finding peace in her own skin. Because when we look at Serena, we should see a champion who changed the face of tennis, a mother who fought through postpartum struggles, and a woman who still refuses to be broken by criticism. If you enjoyed
Agree. Girl, you like it, I love it. It's your body. You got to walk around feeling sick on that GLP-1 or whatever. It got you feeling like that is your choice, child. So I'm not going to sit here and shame nobody for whatever they choose to do with their body. But yeah, it's just a fact how GLP-1s work. and they just suppress your appetite pretty much. So if you can lose weight on it, you can lose weight not on it. And another thing too I heard about GLP-1s is that I watch a lot of fitness people too. That's why I have a lot of knowledge about them, even like weight loss options like this. But what they also state is that you have to be on them forever. Like you can't get off of them. The minute you get off of them, you're going to eat like normal. It's no longer going to suppress your appetite because you're not taking it. And you're going to eat how you normally were eating prior to the GLP-1. And then you're going to gain the weight back. So it's like, why would you sign up to be on something that you have to take for the rest of your life? Like, that's already scary, and I don't trust it. I'm not taking anything that I have to keep taking every day for the rest of my life, aside from birth control. That I refuse to give up. I'm not giving up. I don't give up what y'all talking about, whatever health, but I don't care. You would have to pry that out of my hands. But everything else, like, no, I'm not taking anything daily. So, yeah. I mean, hey, but that's her business. If you want to take it, sure, girl. I hope it works for you. I hope life is great. Whatever wigs you wear, that's your business. Live your life, sis. Y'all let me know what y'all think, though, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.